Amber Rose coming out at the RNC is just her telling us, hey, I am broke. I know I have a child with Wiz Khalifa, but mama is broke. And I don't blame her. Get the bag, sis. The RNC probably can't pull in, it's not like an Indian wedding. They can't get Rihanna and Justin Bieber. It's not like the Kids' Choice Awards over there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heather Shaw is Kidding. We're back with another episode so soon. I'm trying to get back up the schedule. I'm trying to get caught up. How you doing? Thanks for being patient. I hope you enjoyed the last episode that was released, Monday? Now you got another one? Come on. Buckle in, buckle up. Start cleaning your house, listening to this. Have sex to this podcast. It won't go well. Boy, oh boy. Just right off the top, some reminders here. All of my show tickets are at heathershawcomedy.com. This month coming up, I'm in Minneapolis, Omaha, Des Moines, Portland, and then into August, Eugene and Seattle. So please come out to those shows. Please show your support for the gays, the gay lesbians who look like a straight male comedian. Come on. You can join the Patreon at Heather Shaw Comedy over at patreon.com. Bonus episodes every single week. Last one I just released yesterday. I told my Patreon members all about meeting Kathy Griffin and meeting Bob the Drag Queen. So it's a good community over there, and you get an extra bonus, additional, also Tambien episode of this podcast. This one might be a little shorter because the news cycle isn't really hot. The RNC. What is that? The Republican National Convention? That's just a NASCAR race. They might as well just call it the NASCAR race convention. It was held, I didn't pay much attention to it. I don't pay much attention to the RNC, DNC. It's just, it's a circle jerk for the political party. Whatever political party it is. It's just a giant masturbatory circle jerk. Everyone gets together. Over at the RNC, it's mostly white people. And over at the DNC, it's a mixture of people, but they all don't want to give you health care. Both sides, they don't want to give you health care. They don't want to forgive your student loans. It's, they're all kind of the same people. They just say different rhetorics on stage. RNC is a bit more entertaining, I feel like, because they're just batshit crazy over there. Rudy Giuliani stumbled into a row of folding chairs. I think there was a dog on stage at some point. It's very much a circus. The DNC, will also be a circus, but it will be like pro BLM circus. I don't know. It's just going to be Biden whispering, doing his polite whispers, Kamala saying her puzzles, talking in mystery, laughing. Joe Biden is the most present man. He can give a speech like nobody else. She laughs not to cry. I think that's what Kamala is doing. She's laughing so hard just to not cry. You ever do that? That's Kamala's entire existence. Also, I love that we just forget that Kamala Harris was a prosecutor. She's like a pro-cop person. I'm surprised she wasn't a Republican. I feel like deep down she's got the Republican values, but she's like, I'm a black woman. I gotta be Democrat for this to work. J.D. Vance was named Trump's vice president running mate, which I say J.D. Vance. Anytime I say his name now, I just go J.D. Vance, Vance Refrigeration from The Office. Nobody's ever said. I haven't seen anybody online say that. J.D. Vance, Vance Refrigeration. His name sounds like a furniture store. Come on down to J.D. Vance. We got the best love seats and sofas you'll see this side of the Mississippi. Come on down to J.D. Vance. You can get a used refrigerator with only a little dent in it. He sounds like a weird guy. He used to be he was like hated Trump a few years ago. And surprise, surprise, now he's on Trump's team. These politicians. Can we trust them? No. He used to be anti-Trump, and now he's his running mate. The politicians do what they got to do to get ahead. that's their MO. Money and power and getting ahead. So he's a little bit much. He's kind of a liar. He claims to be like from Appalachia. He's from Middletown, Ohio, which is like west of the Appalachia. I think he was brought up poor. I don't know too much about him. He went into the Marines. He went to the Iraq War. He went to war. JD Vance went and was in the Iraq War, and he came back and was like, you know what? I'm a Republican. That's really impressive. To go to war and come back and be like, no, I'm a Republican. That's really impressive, because most soldiers go to war and they go, what the fuck are we doing? We're just killing and risking our lives for the greedy politicians back home. What the fuck are we doing? He went there and he said, you know what? I want to be on the other side of this. I want to be sending people to death over at war. It's really impressive. It's like being sentenced to 10 years in prison and doing 10 years in a shitty prison and then coming out and being like, you know what? I want to be a prison guard. I've seen what happens in there. That sounds fun to me. We'll see what happens with old JD Vance. He's a little embellisher, Seems like he wasn't really. I think he was brought up poor. He does have an impressive life. He was, he's from a poor family, Middletown, Ohio, or Middleton, whatever you say. I don't pay attention. And then he went into the Marines. He went to war. He came back, went to Yale Law, which is really impressive. And, he's an Ohio senator. And now he's Trump's butt boy. And, we'll see what happens. Alex Jones was freaking out. Lovely Alex Jones. That guy he's convinced that, the deep state is trying to kill Trump. The deep state is going to kill Trump. He was on Tim Dillon's podcast, swigging Tito's vodka, and saying that the assassination attempt on Trump's life was the deep state. And he's convinced that the deep state is going to take out Trump before he can really take office. That's what he's worried about. But I say, Alex, you should probably worry about your liver. At one point, if you want to go look, you have to go. I think it's only like a 45-minute podcast with Tim Dillon, a comedian and podcaster. He had Alex Jones on to discuss it. And Alex Jones, again, he was throughout the entire podcast episode, he was chugging Tito's vodka. And towards the end, Alex Jones started to vomit in his mouth. Do you know that thing you do when you're like in a car or you're in public and you have to vomit, but you can't just, vomit publicly unless you're, world of t-shirts. You're not going to vomit publicly. So he's doing that thing where he's like gagging and heaving into his closed mouth, and maybe some stuff's coming up and he's swallowing it back down. Listen, I've done that. I've done that as a drinker. You're out at a bar, you don't want to embarrass yourself. It comes up, it goes right back down. You swallow it down. But he's doing that towards the end. He's literally vomiting into his mouth. He's coughing up. He's and he said, I'm just so sick. This whole thing makes me so, that's why I'm vomiting into my mouth. It makes me so sick. It's like, Alex, you're vomiting because you're chugging Tito's vodka. It's 6 a.m. It's not going over well. It's not going well over there at the Jones compound. I think he owes like $1 billion to the families of Sandy Hook. So he's got a lot on his plate. And he's got a lot going down his throat. He loves those Tito's. Amber Rose was at the RNC, strictly for the bag. Amber Rose showed her face and did a little speech at the RNC. First of all, in what convention do we want to hear Amber Rose give a speech? I would think the only place I'd truly want to hear Amber Rose's thoughts would be at like the Adult Video Awards. What's that? The porn awards? I'm not saying she's a porn star, but I think she would fit right in with a good speech there. Of just like, you got it, boys. The gay porn star boys, you take it real well. I know it hurts. Trust me, I know it hurts, but you guys are doing well. I don't know why she would ever be qualified to give a speech anywhere, let alone the RNC. So that was, that's just Amber Rose getting her bag. Amber Rose coming out at the RNC is just her telling us, hey, I am broke. I know I have a child with Wiz Khalifa, but mama is broke. And I don't blame her. Get the bag, sis. Get that bag. If you have to go up there and, talk about how Donald Trump and Republicans love gay people and love everyone, do it. Do what you got to do to get money, I don't fault any sex workers for doing what they got to do to get money. I don't fault former models / muses of Kanye West / ex-wives of rappers to sell out to get money. I don't care. Do what you got to do to get money. It's hard out there. You know what I mean? It is really hard out there. If they said, Heather, we'll give you $1 million to go up to the RNC and say how accepting we all are, I would say give me 2 and I'll do it. Double it. I'll do it. I'll get that bag. I'll just turn around in 6 months and say, I had a stroke. That was just stroke. That was stroke me. But yeah, I don't know what they gained from having Amber Rose go up there. I think that's probably one of the only big-ish, like cool-ish, like kind of like hip in their eyes, hip-ish celebrity they could get. The RNC probably can't pull in, it's not like an Indian wedding. They can't get Rihanna and Justin Bieber. It's not like the Kids' Choice Awards over there. They can't really get the big celebrities. They have like Kirk Cameron, who, by the way, has the saddest birthday picture ever. If you don't know this picture, Google Kirk Cameron birthday subway. It's him in some fucked up church basement room. There's boxes everywhere, probably full of, money laundering documents. There's 1 foot-long Subway sub on a paper plate, still in the wrapper. There's like a half-drank bottle of a mini apple juice, like a Mott's apple juice, but it's like a mini one for like a kid, half drank. And then like a sad cake that Kirk Cameron is blowing out. And there's also no one in the room. It's just Kirk Cameron, whoever took the picture, and then one lady who may be a ghost, I'm not sure, standing behind the boxes near a door. Like there's boxes in the room and she's standing behind them. So she had to like purposely go behind a box before Kirk blew out his birthday. It's very sad. I feel very bad for Kirk Cameron. It's the funniest fucking photo. But Google Kirk Cameron birthday subway. You'll see it. It comes right up. It's so funny. But these are the celebrities the RNC could get. Kirk Cameron, the MyPillow guy, maybe like a hologram of Vern Troyer, who played Mini-Me in Austin Powers. And then they were like, who can we afford? And they're like, well, we can afford, Bud from Air Bud or Amber Rose. And they're like, all right, well, who can give a better speech? Well, the dog, he's got hip dysplasia now, so he can give a good speech, but he can't walk up to the stage real well. He's got that hip dysplasia. He's also 14 years old. He's very racist. Nobody knows that about Bud from Air Bud. Very racist. He said he'll only work with white kids in that movie. And he's a basketball player. It was a very hard film to shoot. But we did it. Anyways, he's very racist, so he would fit right in. But he can't really give a good, coherent speech. He might as well be Biden. We call him Bud Biden. He can't. So I think our best bet's to go with Amber Rose. How much is she asking? She'll do it for $250. Okay, yeah. Bud was asking for a bag of pepperoni, and I don't think we can swing it. He also wants a gun. I don't know what Bud's going to do with a gun. We've already seen one buddy with a gun, Bud Dwyer. We saw how that went. So that's their options. That's who they've got over there at the RNC. Can't wait for the DNC. It's just going to be a bunch of delusional. Everyone's just going to have to pretend to be happy to be there, but everyone in that party is like, we have to get Biden out of here. It's going to be very weird vibes. It's like going to the wedding of your mom and the new guy she married, and no one likes him. Everyone knows he's a loser. No one likes him, and you all just have to show up and be like, yeah, congrats, Mom. Fucking, this is going to ruin fucking everything. Christmas is fucking ruined. We're going to have to do something. This is fucking ruined. He better have a fucking secret Grindr account. This guy sucks. It's going to be like that vibe. I don't know when the DNC is. Are they even having one, or is it past Biden's bedtime? You know what I mean? When is the DNC? Let's look that up. When is the D? It's scheduled, Jesus, August. Whole month later, August 19th in Chicago. Over there in Chicago. Yeah, they got a whole month to, I don't know, get Biden the correct amount of Adderall needed. Because it's a 2-day event, it looks like. 19, 20, 21. 3-day event. And I'm sure some of that's going to be past, his bedtime of 6 p.m. That's going to be an interesting one. We'll have to break that one down too. I'm just kind of like, I don't even want to do these recaps online anymore because politics are so divisive that you can't just sit back and laugh at it. You got to be like, people get so offended. If I made a recap of RNC, half the people would be like, LOL, and the other half would be so offended, and then I'd never hear the end of it. I should still do it, though. All right, this singer, Ingrid Andress. Let's talk about that. That was a fun little story. If you haven't seen this, there was this singer who has had some success. She's a 32-year-old country singer. She's charted. 2 of her songs have charted on the Billboard 100. So she's got some success. She sang the national anthem at the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby on Monday. She sang that horrifically. It was bad. I'm sure you've seen it. If you haven't, stop this, go look at it. Come back. We'll wait. Take your time. Get a drink while you're at it. Sit down. All right. She sang this horrifically. I mean, it was bad. It was worse than Fergie. Fergie did a weird rendition. I think she was holding the record for worst national anthem. Before that, it was Roseanne. I think Roseanne just, yelled the national anthem in the early 90s. And then at the end of it, she spit on the ground. I mean, that should have been foreshadowing for what Roseanne is now. We should have seen there were signs. The signs were there. She spit after the national anthem, which I don't find offensive. I don't really give a fuck. But, the country does. How dare you? That's our country. You just spitting on it. But now, now she's a comedian who gets up there and says, my pronouns are kiss my taint. So the signs were there that Roseanne was a little kooky. But Ingrid Andress went up there and murdered in a bad way, the national anthem. I mean, we're talking like, and the rockets rock. It was really bad, out of pitch. A lot of people were saying comments online of like, she sang in every key. They were saying, was this auto-tuned? It sounded like it was kind of auto-tuned, but like in the wrong tune. So it was just in the wrong auto-tune. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. It was like if I went up there and sang, it was like if Helen Keller had to go up there and sing, it wouldn't be good. And to think she's like she's a singer. She's had two singles chart. She should know what she's doing. Then she released a statement saying, I think the next day, in a hangover haze, she said, I'm not going to bullshit y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to MLB, all the fans. Who were the fans, Ingrid? Who were the fans of you, Ingrid? I love you, girl, but who are the fans? Unless you mean literal fans. Like the things people were using to cool off in that stadium. I apologize to MLB, all the fans, and this country I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun. So she's a little tongue-in-cheek with it. A little cute about her little alcoholism. Here's the thing. Most singers, even when drunk, don't sing that bad. Singers can kind of get a hold of it. It's like if you're a professional at anything, even when you're drunk, you're still kind of okay. A lot of singers perform drunk. That's kind of the thing. That's their MO. Not her. Not her. She is she's got to be sober or she can't be singing. You know what I mean? It was bad. She sounded like a sober cat or every person at karaoke who's drunk, which is everyone. You don't have to say, this isn't drunk karaoke, you know. This is just karaoke. Karaoke is drunk karaoke. It's redundant to say drunk karaoke, you know. It's like saying a white clan meeting. It's like, well, we can just say clan meeting. We don't have to, use too many descriptors. But she went to rehab. What a rock bottom, huh? What a rock bottom to have. That's a fun share in her meetings at rehab. That'll be a really fun share. That's going to trump everybody's. That's going to beat everybody's story. Somebody's going to be like, yeah, I've OD'd on fentanyl 3 times this month. Another person's going to be like, I drove my car into a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. You know, another person's going to be like, I lost my wife and my children. I don't have a custody to them. I can't talk to my wife. She's blocked me on everything. And Ingrid's going to be like, oh, yeah? Well, I sang the national anthem on a nationally televised game all over, and I butchered it. They're calling me the new Fergie. And they're going to be like, oh, shit, bitch. You win. That's a real rock bottom. She'll come out with a memoir after this, huh? She'll come out with something. The Sloppy Star Spangled. Sloppy Star Spangled sings. I don't know. She'll come out with something. But you know how funny it would be? This is what I want to happen. Here's what I think would be really funny. If she goes to rehab, she completes her 30 days. She gets the help. You know, she does everything. She goes to outpatient. Another 30 days. She is good. She's clean. She's sober. She's feeling herself. She's back to who she is. And then next year, the MLB says, hey, Ingrid, why don't you come back? Why don't you come back? You really put in the work. Your progress is obvious. You're sober. You're clean. Why don't you come back and sing the national anthem? Huh? A little do-over. A little redemption story. Never hurt anybody. And then she gets there. And she sings just as bad as she did the year before. How fucking funny would that be? And now please stand for the singing of this national anthem by sober star Ingrid Andress. And the rock gets wet. They'd be like, girl, you need to go back to drinking. It's not the drink. The drink was fine. You should be drunk. You should put down the singing, Ingrid. It's just the singing, girl. You didn't need all that rehab. We found out that you only had one Mike's Hard Lemonade before the national anthem last year. Girl, you would have been fine. You should have been way more drunker. It is not the same. It is not the drinking, Ingrid. It's the singing. I sounded like Gypsy there. Can we bring Gypsy? Can we have Gypsy do the national anthem? How sing can you sing? I would love that so much. I posted a Gypsy clip on my TikTok. A lot of people are saying, watch out, girl. Gypsy's going to come for you. And it's like, what is she going to do? I'm not her mother. Okay. We wish Ingrid the best. I understand what it's like to get sober. I get it. I did not go to rehab. I did not go to any programs. When I got sober, I just stopped. But I'm a freak. You know, I am a freak. So I support her sobriety. I support her. Hopefully she can get through the whole rehab. Rehab does not seem fun, even if you're put up in a nice one. You're still, you're still away from home. You're still facing your shit. It's hard. It's hard shit. But we're rooting for her. And I got to say, one of her songs on the Billboard 100 is titled Wishful Drinking. So, the signs were there once again with these national anthem singers. The signs are there. Who should we get to sing the national anthem? How about the girl that has that hit, Wishful Drinking? Sounds good to me. At least she didn't pee her pants like Fergie did that one time. Here's another thing you need to Google. If you're not aware, Fergie pissed her fucking pants. What year was this? Let's pull this up. Fergie, pee pants. Yep, there it is. What year was that? What was this is a Google search. What was the Pee Your Pants challenge? The latest TikTok challenge encourages users to pee in their pants. All right. Well, maybe we should take that app away. We've had a good run, huh? 2007. Fergie peed herself in 2007. Yeah, she's got the outfit she's wearing is so 2007. She's got like the Adidas shell shoes, I think they were called. She's got this like kind of long shorts, but made for women, so it's not like baggy in the crotch. These long shorts, and she's got a white tank top. And she's got just a full-on pee puddle. She's got a full-on pee puddle in her pants. Well, in shorts. It's a great photo. And I think she tried to say, no, that was me sweating. But it's like, really? That's a very concentrated area to sweat in only. What are your lips just giving off that sweat? I mean, it's very much like, hey, you know what? She wrote it out. I would have ran off stage so fast if I pissed my pants. You know what I mean? Man, imagine if this was in 2020, 21, 22. If that happened, there'd be so many TikToks about it. Yeah, she's just up on stage vibing. She's up on stage vibing with the pee pants. Definitely Google that. That's a good one. You got a lot of assignments on this episode. You got to Google a lot of things. Subway, Kirk Cameron Subway photo for his birthday, Fergie pee pants. Your Google search history is going to be insane. And you're welcome. Katy Perry has a new song. A lot of people have been telling me or asking me to talk about it. This is another one that I'm like, so don't even care about. I mean, it's Katy Perry. I have known since Katy Perry hit the scene that she was a cringe monster. Katy Perry is incredibly talented. She's beautiful. She can sing. But she's a cringe monster. She is made of cringe. She gives theater kid energy. She always has to me. She's just, she's the loudest, most annoying theater kid. A lot of people don't know this, but let's give a little brief history of Katy Perry. Katy Perry used to be a Christian singer when she was first starting out. Her name was Katy Hudson, which is a hard name to have. Her real name is Katy Hudson, right? Kate Hudson, if you will. It's a hard name to have because somebody already has it. It's kind of like having a comedian's face and you're trying to be a comedian. It's a tough gig. If you're watching, you got a little Jim Carrey face, see? There you go. So Katy Perry's real name is Kate Hudson. So she had to change that. She didn't change it until she got into pop. Her first studio album is by Katy Hudson. It's a Christian album. So she was a Christian music singer. And that's fine, whatever. Nobody cares about that. But that's kind of who she was before she got into pop. She was raised by a Pentecostal pastor. So her parents are very religious. So that's, that explains why she got into Christian music. I wouldn't hold that against her. You do a lot of dumb things when you're young. And then she changed her stage name to Katy Perry and kind of got signed and, released One of the Boys in 2008 and had that song, You're So Gay. I still like that song, but you can't, nowadays you can't have a song that's like, you're so gay and you don't even like boys. It just doesn't work. People are so gender fluid now. It's like, who are you talking to? I think that song was written about Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy. God, the early 2000s, mid 2000s, right around the 2010s. What a time to be alive, baby. Her new song sucks ass. It not only does it suck ass, it was produced by Dr. Luke, who has like very valid accusations by Kesha for sexual assault, about allegations. What do you say? Allegations about sexual assault? Allegations. Fuck it. I'm having a stroke. Dr. Luke allegations. Kesha said that Dr. Luke sexually, physically, verbally, emotionally abused her since the beginning of their professional partnership. So he's a really nice, upstanding guy. And of course, Katy Perry is a vapid, shell of a human and doesn't give a fuck and works with him because all she cares about is getting a hit. Not a physical one, just a song hit. But who knows? And they got together and they made a song called Women's World, which is the most, you've heard it. It's fucking awful. It's this pseudo empowerment song that's absolutely horrible. The lines are sexy, confident, so intelligent. She is heaven sent, so soft, so strong. It's a woman's world and you're lucky to be living in it. You better celebrate because, baby, we ain't going away. I mean, it's giving The Handmaid's Tale is coming, and this is the song they're going to be blasting as they fight, as all the women fight against it. It's not a feminist anthem. it can't be a feminist anthem if it's produced by a sexual abuser, an abuser at all, right? So that already takes away any validity. The music video is absolutely atrocious. It kind of features like Rosie the Riveter visuals, bottles labeled whiskey for women, monster trucks, vibrators, bedazzled power tools. It literally, all of this just seems like something ChatGPT fed out. ChatGPT just spit this out like, use vibrators. Use whatever you want. Bring a monster truck in there. Rosie the Riveter, she was a feminist icon. It's bad. If you want to watch it, good luck. Have fun. I'd rather watch Air Bud be racist. It's not good. And then she came out after people were kind of panning the music video. I mean, it's just a bad song, made by bad people. I don't know. Katy Perry's not a bad person, but, why would you work with Dr. Luke? Are you that hard up? And it's not even a hit single. It's not a hit song. Like you're that desperate for a hit that you're like, I'm going to overlook everything horrible you've done. Who can believe women? Kesha, she seems crazy. And then Katy came out after people were kind of making fun of her music video and said, it's satire. Hey, here's a little fact. When satire is done well, you don't have to tell people it's satire. It's kind of like explaining a joke. If you find yourself explaining a joke, it's not a good joke. That's just a little tip from me to you. If you ever tell a joke and then you have to follow it up with an explanation, it's not funny. You can tell when a joke is funny when somebody does this thing called laughs. That's it. But satire, you don't have to ever tell somebody, no, this is satire. Either the satirical references didn't work, or you're just covering your ass. And it sounds like she's just covering her ass. It's bad. We're being a bit sarcastic with it, she said. Yeah, it's just not good. This is the fall of like these people who had big success, and it's kind of like there's a new dawn, there's a new age, baby, and it's not including you. Katy Perry, Justin Timberlake, J-Lo, Eminem, his new album is not great. Mouth fart, big mouth fart, yerba mate mouth fart. It's like these people that were great in the 90s and early 2000s and maybe even 2010s. Kesha did, though, release her own independently produced song called Joyride, and it's absolutely batshit, but it's fun, and it's charting higher than Katy Perry's song, and that is called Revenge. That's called Good Karma, baby. The song that was produced by her abuser is now doing worse, and her song is doing much better. So shout out to Kesha. But yeah, these pop, mostly, singers, musicians that were once the prime real estate of pop culture. Katy Perry, Justin Timberlake. I mean, even Nicki Minaj. Eminem, J-Lo. They're all just kind of going, oh, we're not cool anymore. And that's what happens with time. You get old and uncool. The minute you start having kids, the minute your age it starts with a 3 or a 4, you start getting uncool. I've accepted that I'm uncool. I'm 36. I'm not cool. I'm not trying to be cool. I would never try to be cool. I understand my age. I am a millennial. We don't get a good rap. I get it. Can we talk about the Millennials Assembling? Have you seen this trend on TikTok? It's so fucking embarrassing. It's so funny, though. What's going on is Gen X, Gen X. Gen X and Millennials are making their own trend on TikTok that no one asked for. Hey, Gen X and Millennials, we are on TikTok to just observe for the most part. Unless you're a content creator, comedian, but for the most part, I'm observing. I'm observing, bitch. I'm not starting trends. I'm barely joining trends. I'm just on the sidelines, with my icy hot and some popcorn, and I'm observing. I'm watching the movie. These kids are entertaining. And some old people and I'm going to get into my favorite TikTokers in a bit. But there is a new trend where Gen X is assembling, like they're the fucking Avengers, and they're asking the millennials to join. So then you'll see other videos of people, of a millennial being like, Gen X asked me to assemble. I'll be there. And they put on a weird filter, like it looks like bad face paint. It's a red X on their face. And they are all assembling. I don't know for what. What are we assembling for? The NSYNC reunion tour? What are we assembling for? The Disney World parade that happens every day at Magic Kingdom? What are we assembling for? The Harry Potter tattoo convention? The unemployment line? What are we assembling for? I don't know. I still do not know. And everyone in the comments is typing as if they're like former soldiers who went to war, and they're typing like their tour, their tour duty. It's everyone commenting, 1974, Detroit, Michigan here. What? 81, Middletown, Ohio. What? 78, Des Moines, Iowa. Huh? What are we doing? What are we assembling for? The no healthcare and or home line? What are we doing? I don't understand what we're assembling for. I have not gotten any answers. I haven't asked. I've waited to find out on my own. I've not found out on my own. It's so cringy. And I just have to say, every generation has their cringy subset of people. Millennials, our cringy subset is Disney adults. It's just what it is. Power to you if you love Disney, you little freak. But it's the Disney adults. It's the people that got way too into Harry Potter. I never read a Harry Potter book. I can't read, but that's beside the point. What else is it? People that own like Funko Pops or Star Wars lightsabers. It's like, Stanley Cup lovers, somebody who's got at least 4 Stanley Cups. These are the millennials. These are the but first coffee millennials. Every generation has a subset of dorks, and these dorks have found their other dorks within the generations. Gen Z, you have your own dorks. You're going to be doing this in 20 years. It's going to be real cringe. Every generation has a subset of cringe. Katy Perry is our millennial cringe. J-Lo is the Gen X cringe. I think Eminem would be considered Gen X cringe. It's fun to see it now. These celebrities. Justin Timberlake, I believe, would be probably, I would say maybe like millennial cringe. He's older though. He might be Gen X. I think Gen X ends in 81, I want to say. Or maybe 80, 85. I don't really know. It's that cringe. Every generation has cringe. It's really hard. You have to go look at that trend. You've got a lot of assignments to do for this episode. A lot of Googling to do. Go look up at this trend. It's really funny. I love the comments. 1983. Rochester, New York. Purporting for duty. What are we doing? We can barely own a house. Why are we assembling? I think they're fighting Gen Z. It's like, girl, you already lost. Doing this trend is you losing, bitch. You might as well wave that white flag like Dido. Oh my God. Let's get into our sponsors. This has been a fun episode. It's going to be a little shorter than usual, I feel like, but maybe not. If I talk slow with this ad read. We love Lucy Brown Coffee. If you're watching the YouTube now, look at this amazing mug I got from Lucy Brown. Can you see it? Is that going to fuck up the focus? Lucy Brown Coffee Bar, baby. Established 2017. No cringe in sight with this coffee shop. I love them so much. Owned by a millennial queer, Sarah Brown. We love her so much. The best coffee shop in Lexington, Kentucky, and the entire world and universe. Do not debate me. Lucy Brown offers coffee subscriptions. Okay? You got to get on this. It's so fucking good. It's hard to find really good coffee just in the stores. You're going to get the run-of-the-mill, bags of Dunkin' Donut, bags of, and I'm talking for like coffee makers. Like you're going to see like Starbucks bullshit. Nobody likes Starbucks. I think Starbucks was a sponsor of the RNC. That checks out. No hate, but it checks out. you're going to get the boring kind of Pete's coffee. It's all like, yeah, whatever. But if you want to find really good coffee, it's hard. It's really hard, and unless you like go online and search yourself, and it's just a whole fucking mess, and you're probably not going to do it. That's where Lucy Brown's coffee subscriptions comes into. I mean, they will send you every month. They will send you a bag from a different roaster than the month before, and it is good fucking coffee that you probably would not have known of otherwise. It's fucking lit. I love it. The coffee subscription is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I got engaged last year. It's fucking awesome. It starts at as low as $20 a month. All you have to do is you go on their website, you fill out the form under coffee subscriptions, and then you set it up, and that's it. Literally just fill out the form, because the form is saying, like, what do you like? What do you prefer? Light roast? Do you prefer medium roast? Do you prefer dark roast? Do you prefer a gun to your head? It just kind of breaks down, gets your preferences, and then every month, like fucking clockwork, you get a new bag of coffee shipped right to your door. And it's coffee you've never had before, but it's coffee that you'd prefer. Coffee you just wouldn't know about, because all you're seeing in the stores is the same old bullshit. All you're getting at the coffee shop is whatever they're giving you. So this is a really easy and fun way to discover new coffee that you would have otherwise probably never known about. And it's fucking good coffee, you know what I mean? All you got to do is visit LucyBrownCoffee.com. That's LUSSI, browncoffee.com, and follow the coffee subscription button to get signed up today. And plus, if you use the code Heather Shaw is kidding, if you use that code, you're going to get 10% off your first order. It's a great fucking deal. Support a great fucking coffee shop here in Lexington, Kentucky. Queer-owned, small business, millennial, without the cringe. What else could you want? We love you, Lucy Brown. Thank you for sponsoring the show. If you'd like to sponsor the show, give me a shout. Email me, heathershawcomedy@gmail.com. We'll get you set up. A lot of people listening to this podcast. It's a fun time, and I don't take anybody, but I will take anyone. Hit me up, heathershawcomedy@gmail.com, and thank you to our sponsor, Lucy Brown Coffee, since day one, bitch. OG. I saw some clips of the Kids' Choice Awards, and against my will, I was just on TikTok and somebody popped up talking about it. I'm not going out there searching the Kids' Choice Awards. I have a life, and I don't have children, and I'm not a creep. But I did see somebody talking about it, and then I had to go look at the clips. Dude, the Kids' Choice Awards is so dystopian now. It's fucking weird. The Kids' Choice Awards, I think, is for Nickelodeon. What is that? The Kids' Choice Awards it's an award ceremony. It's a so it's the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, right? Remember, like, in our day, in the old millennial cringe day, people would get slimed. I think Katy Perry definitely got slimed. Like, she would beg for that. She's just cringy. You'd get slimed. You'd get that orange Nickelodeon award. The blimp. It was probably Lou Pearlman's blimp. Nobody will get that reference but me. It's dystopian now. It's fucking weird. Celebrities don't show up. I don't know if this is a post-COVID world. This is another thing you've got to do. Go to TikTok or whatever you use. I don't know what you use. Go to whatever you use and look up clips of the Kids' Choice Awards 2024. So it's hosted by cartoons, which, okay, fine. It's Nickelodeon. It's hosted by Patrick and SpongeBob. Those old hags. I mean, they've been around forever. At this point, they're Gen Xers. I think they're Gen Xers. They're hosted by Patrick and SpongeBob. No celebrities. I think the only celebrity that showed up was Jelly Roll, and he probably just wanted to get slimed. You know what I mean? He wanted to just have a good time. He seems like such a cool guy. He would just show up to the Kids' Choice Awards. All the celebrities that were nominated for an award and won, they just did a pre-recorded tape. When a celebrity can't make it to an award ceremony, so they record a tape. It's just Billie Eilish being like, "Thank you so much, yo. I'm black. I'm a lesbian. I'm a black lesbian stud." Timothy Chalamet won an award. He pre-recorded his, "Hey, thanks so much, kids. I'm fucking Kylie Jenner. Couldn't make it." But so they record their tapes, and instead of just being played, their heads are like superimposed on like animated jellyfish. So Billie Eilish is just floating on a jellyfish body. being like, thank you so much, yo. I love being black. It's so fucking weird. It is so fucking weird. I mean, they're like, what are we going to do? These celebrities won't show up to this goddamn event anymore. No one gives a fuck about the Nickelodeon. You know why they don't care about Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards? Dan Schneider. Maybe Quiet on Set ruined that for everybody. Maybe everybody goes, ew, yucky. Or maybe they just don't have the budget. Like, nobody in Hollywood has money anymore. Everyone's broke. There's no money in Hollywood. They can't, I'm sure they had to pay celebrities to come out. And they just can't, they could afford Jelly Roll. Because all he wanted was, a gift card to Golden Corral. And he was good. He said, I want a gift card in Golden Corral and I want to get slimed. In that order. And I'll show up. It's very dystopian. It's very weird. But also, I don't really care about the Kids' Choice Awards, so. All right, before I wrap this episode up, I would like to do a little segment. This is new, but I need to just put people on blast because I just want to show my appreciation for people. This segment is called Shoutout to the TikTokers I follow like God. These are people I follow on TikTok, and they are my Oprah. Their entertainment value is unmatched. I follow them because they make me laugh unintentionally, but no hate. No hate. I adore them. They are so much more entertaining to me than an influencer or a comedian because they're just people living their normal lives, and those lives happen to be very funny. The content they make is pretty normal to them, but hilarious to us, or just me. So I just want to give a shout out. The first one is Gwendolyn. Okay, this lady is the best comment I ever saw on a Gwendolyn. I'm giving you their TikTok names, I believe, so you can search them on TikTok. Lots to do in this episode for you. The best comment I ever saw on a Gwendolyn TikTok was, I can't tell if she's gay or homophobic. And that pretty much sums up Gwendolyn. She's kind of like a Southern lady. I don't know where she lives, but she always has a cowboy hat, and she's always gotten like jeans, and she's always lip syncing to country songs while getting in and out of a very highly lifted truck. It's like she's giving gay, but I think she's straight, or she thinks she's straight. I'm not sure. Her content's unhinged. She takes herself a little seriously, so it makes it really fun. And she's just, she does like this one dance trend that she kind of just can't let go of. And then after she does the dance trend, she cuts and is just like, all right, I want to say happy birthday to Stella. This dance was for Stella. Happy birthday, Stella. And she just takes herself very seriously, and it's goofy, and I love it. The next one is the real life Michael Scott. I call him. His name is Todd Lawrence Davis. Todd Lawrence Davis is real life Michael Scott, if I've ever seen it. This guy, his content is, he's just living his life, telling you about his life. And it's very, if Michael Scott was a capitalist Republican kind of, and also had access to TikTok. He's not like crazy Republican where he's not like a Trump, crazy Trumper or anything, but I think he is Republican, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck. He loves capitalism, even though he's an insurance sales guy in Missouri. It's like that. He's probably making $65,000 a year and loves capitalism. Do you know what I mean? And votes Republican because he wants tax breaks for people with billions of dollars. But he's very funny. He's like unintentionally funny. He's single. He's struggling. I think the first video I ever saw of him, he was just like, guys, Todd Lawrence Davis here. I am swearing off dating. Yep. I am single for the rest of my life. Single, not ready to mingle. He's just very Michael Scott. I love him so much. Shout out to Todd Lawrence Davis. I think I gave him a shout out yesterday on TikTok. Okay, the next one is called Adventures with Kara, C-A-R-A. Batshit unhinged. Batshit crazy. Insane raspy voice. Always starts off her videos with, well, guys, you never believe it. Missing some teeth. She cooks very crazy bad meals, like chicken that's not been fully cooked, not seasoned at all, boiled. She posts videos of her cooking meals on a really shitty stove. She's got a rough life, but she hops on TikTok and she shares it, and I love it. Adventures with Kara, C-A-R-A. Well, guys. That was for Kara. And the last but not least, my favorite of all time, I swear to God, if anybody is mean to her, I will rip their hair out. Her name is Corina Fulgieri. Corinna. And then I think her last name is Fulgieri. Corinna. Maybe that's how you say it. I think she lives up north. She's like in the northeast area. She's a sweet college kid. She has a boyfriend. She is like my Alex. Everyone says it. She is our Alex Earl. She is the kind of influencer I want. She starts videos mid-conversation, which I love. So instead of like an influencer hopping on and being like, hey guys, it's Alex. So today I want to talk about... No, Corinna will hop on, press record and be like, and another thing that I've been thinking about, just so you know, and she does have a little speech impediment and it's so fucking cute. One time she said she had to go to the hospital and she had to get a nebulizer. But you know, with her little speech impediment, it was like, yeah, so I had to get a nebulizer. I love her so much. She is my world. Oh my God, I would be so bummed if she blocked me or like was mad about this. She is my favorite influencer queen. She has the cutest boyfriend. She's so excited about having a boyfriend. She loves him. It's just fun to watch, and it's fun to see somebody real. And she's got some followers. People love her. Now, I'm sure people are kind of watching her because some of it's kind of goofy, but like I think overall people just really love her. She's really fun and like really sweet and just goofy a little. And I'm rooting for her and her boyfriend to live happily ever after forever. Shout out to those TikTokers. There's so many more. If you like that segment, maybe I'll keep it going. I don't know. All right, let's wrap up this episode. We did it, guys. We did 2 episodes in 2 days, huh? You got a lot to listen to. If you can't get enough, join the Patreon. I can't say it enough. You get a bonus episode every week. Starting as low as what? Starting as fuck it. I'm not a salesperson. The tiers are all the same on Patreon, meaning like every month you pay a certain amount to get access to these episodes, right? So you can pay $3, $5, $10, or $20 a month. Whatever you want, whatever you choose to pay. It doesn't matter. You get the same access across all tiers. I just set it up so, some people might have enough money to give $10 a month. Some people only have enough for $3, and that's fine. I didn't want to go cheaper than $3 because then I would just feel I would feel like, nobody can afford $1 a month. What am I, a starving child? So yeah, if you can't get enough, if you listen to all the episodes, join the Patreon. There's plenty of episodes. I think there's almost 30 bonus episodes sitting over there. And I get personal and I talk about it. Again, my upcoming shows. Please, if you're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, please come out to the show this Sunday at the Parkway Theater. Please, I need to sell tickets. Omaha, Nebraska, and Des Moines, Iowa next week as well. I will be at the Funny Bone in Omaha and Des Moines on Wednesday and Thursday. Portland, Oregon. I'm in Portland at the Curious Comedy Theater on the 31st. I believe that's a Wednesday, July 31st. Please come out, Portland. Eugene, Oregon. I'm in August 1st. Seattle, Washington. I am in Seattle doing 2 shows at the Hereafter on August 2nd. Those are my most recent upcoming shows. Minneapolis, Omaha, Des Moines, Portland, Eugene, Seattle. Please come out. I love to see people. It's a fun show, I promise. Tickets at heathershawcomedy.com. Follow me wherever you want. Follow those TikTokers. And until next week, we'll get back to regular scheduled programming. It's just been, I was traveling to LA and I just needed to catch up and figure it all out. Until next time, though, stay gay. See ya.